Hi, this is King of Review. John sees 35 roosters and dogs in the backyard. John counts 94 legs among the roosters and dogs. How many roosters and how many dogs are in the backyard? So the first thing we want to do here is set up two equations that represent this situation. In order to do that, we need to define what our variables are. So let's let x equal the number of roosters. And let's let y equal the number of dogs. So now we know what our variables stand for. Now we can make a couple of equations. So let's see. There are 35 roosters and dogs in the backyard. So we know that the total number of animals in the yard is 35. And the animals consist of roosters and dogs. So if we add the number of roosters, x, plus the number of dogs, y, we'll get 35. So that's our first equation. And now let's look at the other piece of information we're given. John counts 94 legs total among the roosters and dogs. So there's a total of 94 legs in the backyard. So let's think about a rooster. How many legs do roosters have? Well, they have 2 legs each. So to get the total number of rooster legs that are in the backyard, you'd multiply 2 times the number of roosters. That's 2x. And dogs, well, dogs have 4 legs. So to get the number of dog legs that are in the backyard, you'd multiply 4 times the number of dogs. So 4 times y. So 2x plus 4y equals 94. We have now set up a system of equations here, where x represents the number of roosters and y is the number of dogs. Now we just need to solve for x and y. And one method to solve for x and y is to use something called Cramer's rule. Cramer's rule uses determinants to solve a system of linear equations. So let's say we have two equations that are in the form ax plus by equals e and cx plus dy equals f. You can see that's the same format of our system. So if we have two equations in this format, we can use Cramer's rule to solve the system. That is, find x and y. Cramer's rule states that x is equal to the determinant of the x matrix divided by the determinant of the coefficient matrix. And y is equal to the determinant of the y matrix divided by the determinant of the coefficient matrix. So let's set up our 3 matrices. We first have our coefficient matrix. So the entries in this matrix are A, B, C, and D. You can see that these entries are the coefficients of our x and y terms. The x matrix, this starts out with E and F. And you can see that E and F are the constants of the two linear equations. And then we have B and D. And then the y matrix. This equals A, C, E, F. So now we know the setup for the 3 matrices. So let's plug in our specific values. Again, we're looking at our system here. What are the coefficients? Well, we have 1, 1, 2, and 4. So 1, 1, 2, 4. Now for the x matrix, we start with E and F. And those are the constants, 35 and 94. And then we have B and D, 1 and 4. And then the y matrix, AC, so 1, 2, and E and F. 35, and 94. So now we've set up our three matrices, but notice when we solve for x and y, we need to know the determinants. Well, a determinant is a real number associated with a square matrix. So let's say that we have a matrix with entries A, B, C, and D. If we want to find the determinant, we're going to take the product of the entries in the main diagonal, so A, D, and subtract the product of the entries in the other diagonal, CB. So AD minus CB, this will give you the determinant. Let's find the determinant of our coefficient matrix. Well, we have the product of the main diagonal, 1 times 4. And then we're going to subtract the product of the other diagonal, 2 times 1. So 1 times 4 minus 2 times 1, this gives us 2. Now let's look at the X matrix. What is the determinant of this one? Well, we take the product of the main diagonal, 35 times 4, minus the product of the entries in the other diagonal, 94 times 1. And when we work this out, we get 46. And now the determinant of the Y matrix. We take the product of the main diagonal, 1 times 94, and we subtract the product of the entries in the other diagonal, 2 times 35. And when we work this out, we get 24. So to solve for x, we take the determinant of the X matrix, that's 46, divided by the determinant of the coefficient matrix, that's 2. So we have 46 divided by 2, and that equals 23. So we know x equals 23. And what was x again? X was the number of roosters, so there are 23 roosters. And now for y. The determinant of the Y matrix, that's 24, divided by the determinant of the coefficient matrix, that's 2. This equals 12. So y equals 12. And what was y equal to? That's the number of dogs. So there are 12 dogs. So we've solved our system. There are 23 roosters and 12 dogs. Letter C is correct. Thanks for watching.